For being here this evening. It's great to see everyone. I get the absolute honor and pleasure tonight of delivering the state of the county for Washington County, Arkansas. Let me open up by just saying good evening to everyone. Good evening to Washington County, those who are here and those who are listening and those who will listen. It's always an honor to stand before you as the Washington County Judge, and tonight I want to spend a few minutes not only talking about where we've been, but where we can go together and the things that we can succeed in doing together. We live in an extraordinary place, an extremely diverse county. Politically, we're a blend of perspectives, and we see it a lot right here in this room. We're red, blue, and there's plenty of purple in between all of us. Economically, we span thriving urban hubs like Fayetteville and Springdale, and into quiet rural corners where the pace is slower and the land stretches wide. We've got city streets and county roads, high-rises and hayfields. But for all of our differences, we're united with shared values. Working hard, because that's who we are. From the farms to the factories to the offices. Treating others with respect, because that's how we build a community worth living in. An eye to what we're leaving for the future generations, because this county is not only ours, it's theirs. And let's be real, a frustration with bureaucracy. We don't need outsiders telling us how to run Washington County. We know what works here. Let me share you a couple stories that stand as an example of this heart of our county. Our first responders are a shining example of collaboration. Through mutual aid, they've woven a network that's truly exceptional. When disaster strikes, they're there. Firefighters from one town racing to assist another, paramedics and deputies coordinating seamlessly across agencies, all to keep us safe. They willingly put their safety on the line on a daily basis, and we could all take a lesson from them. And then there's the support for our community rebuilding initiative. Honestly, I thought rallying the public, including our nonprofits and faith-based communities, would be our biggest hurdle. But instead, they've been at our doorstep, practically before we could ask, offering help, resources, and services with their open hearts. From churches mobilizing volunteers to neighbors donating supplies, their proactive spirit has blown us away. This is what makes Washington County special. First responders standing shoulder to shoulder, a public that rises to any occasion, and a community that proves time and time again that we're in this together. I want to spend a few minutes to talk about where we're at right now in Washington County. We've got big challenges, but they come with even bigger opportunities. Our justice system is collapsing under its own weight. We can't attract enough people to do the jobs to keep it running, and public support for simple incarceration is drying up. We're living the definition of insanity, and that's doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting different results. It's time for a new approach, and we're ready to lead the way with innovative solutions and the bravery to implement new ideas. Too many of our neighbors are caught in the web of criminal justice, but they aren't hardened criminals, but people wrestling with mental health struggles that they can't manage alone. Right now, our courts and jails are overrun with some of the most vulnerable amongst us. Folks battling untreated depression, anxiety, or trauma, often spiraling into petty crimes and substance abuse because they have nowhere else to turn. That's why we're launching the Mental Health Court, a smarter, more compassionate way forward. This isn't about coddling. It's about accountability paired with real help. Instead of locking someone up and hoping the problem disappears, we're diverting eligible individuals to a supervised program that prioritizes treatment over punishment. They'll work with mental health professionals, get plugged into counseling, medication, and community resources, whatever it takes to stabilize their lives. Success here doesn't mean staying out of jail. It means reclaiming dignity and becoming more productive members of our society and our community again. The numbers back this up. Mental health courts across the country cut recidivism rates and save money. Fewer repeat offenders clogging our system. Fewer tax dollars wasting on the revolving door incarceration. In Washington County, this is personal. We've got rural families stretched thin and urban residents facing rising pressures. Mental health touches us all. By stepping up with this court, we're honoring our values, hard work to overcome challenges, respect for every person's worth, and a commitment to leaving no one behind. This is justice done right, practical, humane, and for the long haul. At the Washington County Detention Center, COVID COVID stretched our society thin, but nowhere like the county jail. The COVID mitigation project brings us closer to full capacity while protecting health and safety of detainees and the officers that we ask to do this tough work. It aligns with our moral values because 90% of the people who walk through those doors come back to the same community that they were picked up from. We need to return them better, not sicker. Plus, with these preparations, we'll be prepared for any future outbreaks, keeping us all safer, including all of our communities all around the county. We see it every day in Washington County. Too many people cycling through the jail, only to return again and again. But we're not going to stand idly by. The Community Rebuilding Initiative, or CRI, is our bold, innovative response. This residential substance abuse treatment, designed specifically for pre-adjudicated men in our county jail, targets the root causes of crime and recidivism. Through structured rehabilitation, cognitive behavior therapy, GED preparation, life skills, and much more, we're giving these individuals the tools they need to break the cycle and rebuild their lives. And it's not just about them, it's about all of us. By reducing recidivism, we're making our streets safer, easing the strain on our justice system, and saving tax dollars in the long run. CRI is a perfect example of our shared values. Again, hard work, respect for others, and a commitment to leaving a better Washington County for all the future generations. I want to thank Sheriff Cantrell and his incredible staff for their partnership. We have a sheriff ready to try new things in the name of the benefit of the whole, and partnerships like this show what we can do and what we can do together. Thank you, Sheriff, for all of your hard work. We have a lot of infrastructure challenges around the county, and those are only highlighted and exacerbated by our growth. And as we address those challenges, one of our projects stands as the shining cornerstone to what we're building here in Washington County, and that's the construction of our new Emergency Operations Center on the South Campus. In a region that's unfortunately all too familiar with tornadoes, floods, and the possibility of unexpected crises, this cutting-edge facility will serve as our command hub, coordinating emergency responses, managing vital resources, and safeguarding our citizens when every second counts. More than just a building, the EOC will unite law enforcement, fire departments, medical services, and county agencies, ensuring seamless collaboration and swift, effective action during emergencies. Outfitted with state-of-the-art technology, it's built to tackle today's threats and adapt to tomorrow's challenges, offering peace of mind as our county grows. Beyond preparedness, this project is sparking economic growth, creating jobs, and reinforcing our reputation as a resilient county, ready to attract businesses and families alike. We're also weaving the community into this effort, volunteer opportunities, public education programs to empower residents to play a role in our shared safety. This EOC is an investment in infrastructure that doubles as an investment in our people, our security, and our collective strength. Next, our roads are the lifeline of this county. Last year, we paved 200 miles of roads, a historic milestone in the state. But over the last year, we've been overwhelmed to catch up in an effort to save foundations of our roads that were neglected for many years. This has got to change. This year, we're rolling out the Washington County Standard for roads because good isn't good enough anymore. We want to greatly improve our road quality for our growing population. Additionally, with close to 160 inspected bridges within the confines of our county, our road paving program and maintenance programs are not the only thing that need to grow. We're expanding our bridge program this year to address rating issues from this aging infrastructure. Bridges are one of the most important pieces of infrastructure we have, and they're also one of the most expensive. On buildings and grounds, our team closed over 1,000 job tickets in 2024 with an average turnaround of only a few days. And lots of times when those were few days delays, it was for ordering supplies or parts. And those stats are in addition to recurring obligations that our buildings and grounds team performs on every day. Regular maintenance, mowing to be an example. That's real progress and responsible care for our taxpayers' largest assets, the buildings. Then there's our historic courthouse and of course our clock tower, symbols of our past that we're fighting to preserve. We love them, but the space is tight, maintenance isn't cheap, but they're worth it. So finally, here's the truth. These problems are very unique, and they're too big for politics. Partisan or ideological squabbles aren't going to pave our roads or fix our jail or make our families or communities safer. But I'm ready to work with all of you. Less rhetoric, more action. We need to make key investments in our future, in justice, infrastructure, and in our community. Most importantly, I hope that we will all remember that we'll be judged by how we treat our neighbors. We can't leave the weak behind. Any progress we will make in this county will be tainted if we don't do it the right way, together with respect for everyone. So let me leave you with this. I certainly cannot promise or even imagine the challenges we're going to face or what the future holds, but what I can promise is a lot of hard work. And it's going to be a lot of hard work to even give us a chance to preserve our ideals and traditions in this county. It's going to be difficult. And when we're done, our victory cry will not be jubilant and loud. It might only be a cold, parched hallelujah that slips across our lips. But we'll do it together. And together there's nothing we can't do. I want to thank everyone for trusting me to lead. And let's keep building a Washington County that we're all proud of. So ladies and gentlemen of the Quorum Court, and to our wonderful citizens of Washington County, I proclaim the state of the county is strong and steadfast in our objectives and our principles. I thank each one of you, and God bless you, and God bless our county. Well, I was a little bit short-winded, which is probably kind of historic, so we're going to have a few minutes and our meeting will start at 6. I want to go ahead and leave somebody some time unless there's more public that wants to come for the official meeting. So appreciate everyone for being here.
Okay.